Hi everybody, welcome to the Matrix Live workout. It is 12 o'clock, it's Tuesday, what's that day, the 7th. We're going to be starting off our live workout in probably about another 30-40 seconds or so. We'll just wait for a few people to come online and get ready. If you're watching this back, then please make sure that nearby you've got a mat, a towel if you'd like one, and some water as well. We are going to be down on the floor doing some exercises, so I would recommend you using a mat today. If not, then you can do the same sort of exercises on the towel, or grab a jumper nearby you just so that way then you can push off your elbows on your hands as well. So we'll get started in another 20 seconds or so. Just while you're waiting, if you've joined us already, loosen yourself up, just keep yourself moving around, and then we're going to soon make a start. I'm just going to get my wearables working, make sure everything gets tracked. I keep forgetting to track all my workouts and doing all this work, and to make sure it's all being recorded as well. So it's all good. There we go. Great, I'm all working. Right, well, let's make a start then. Just start to open up your arms a little bit, just to start to free up the shoulder joints. If this is your workout of the day, then great. If this is a little bit of a warm-up or preparation, you're going to go out for a run or a bike ride, or just get yourself out for a walk later, then that's great as well. Okay, now all I want you to do is just to march on the spot, just bring up your knees nice and high. Come up onto the tiptoes a little bit as well. What we're trying to do here is just get all the muscles activated, go from the ankles, the knees, the hips, right through to the shoulders, the elbows as well. So bring your knees up nice and high, reach your arms up slightly as well. Let's try and get your heart rates up a little bit more in preparation for the workout we've got. Let me tell you about the workout. The workout we've got is 3 rounds. Each round has got 3 exercises, and we do those exercises twice. So what we'll do is 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds recovery, and then we go through the second, the third exercise, and we repeat that round to 1, the second, and the third as well. Okay, so just rotate yourself out a little bit more. Start to reach through your arms a little bit further. Just trying to get a little bit of rotation into the torso here, because we are going to be doing some jumping work, and we're in that jump going to be rotating in mid-air, and then we get you flying today. Okay, now let's just take you into a little half squat. So just lower your hips down towards your heels and then bring yourself back up. When you're going into the squat, don't worry too much about the depth yet. Let's get some blood into the muscles, especially around the quads, the glutes, which are going to be working. And we can just get your whole body prepared for the workouts coming up. Looks like another nice day out there. Not sure how warm it is, but in some areas I know it's getting quite warm out there, which is great. So hopefully hitting some of the workouts where you're going to be developing some strength and some tone, and then getting your activity in later on as well. It all has. Let's take that a little bit over to the side. So we're just going to take a large step, a little squat, and then a large step to the side, and a little squat. Now, what I want you to do is to start lowering yourself down a little bit deeper in these movements. The whole goal is just to try and get your muscles to work, but also to get a little bit of a stretch, especially on the inside of the thighs as well. We're going to be doing some exercises later on, where your legs are going to be fairly wide and you're moving in quite a dynamic way. So keen to try and get all the muscles that we're going to be doing warmed up as well. Okay, now let's take a step back lunge. So just bring yourself to one step, make sure there's a bit of space behind you, and you're going to lunge into that and then alternate from one side to the other. Great work. Okay, now just bring your speed up if you feel comfortable, but remember, find the range of movement that you feel comfortable with as well. So if you don't want to go down too low, then don't worry about lowering your knee too low. It's about the range that you feel comfortable, and then we can progressively build upon that as well. We're not going anywhere for a while, so we've got plenty of time to develop your technique in these exercises. When you're lunging, think about keeping your knee over your ankle. When you lock your back foot down, keeping your back straight. It's little simple things like this, just to start to think about improving your technique. And when you get back to the gyms, and all this turbulence has gone away, you'll be in better form and you'll be better educated in terms of the way that you do the exercises as well. Right, okay, now, what you do, imagine you've got a skip rope. Let's get you onto your toes and moving around. So get pushing off the toes. The nice thing about using an imaginary skip rope, no red marks on the back of your legs when you miss the rope. Okay, let's take this from side to side. Good. And what about scissoring the legs? So 1 foot forwards, 1 foot back. Nice way of getting yourself ready as well. Okay. So we've got first exercise starting around about 50 seconds. Now the first exercise is going to be a squat with a rotation from side to side. And then the second exercise will be a shoulder press up. And your third one is going to be a jumping jacks to squat. So let's just get you warmed up with some gentle jacks to begin with. Arms coming in around about shoulder height. If you want to push your jumping jacks a little bit harder to get your heart rates up a little bit more, start bringing the arms up even higher and make a bigger jump as well. That's how you can progress that exercise. So around about shoulder height if you feel comfortable, higher if you want to push yourself a little bit more. Good. Okay, here's the first exercise. We'll start it in about 10 seconds time, so take a little breather if you need to, grab a sip of water. Hands are going to be to the side of the head. You're going to squat and jump in midair and rotate at the same time, okay? Now this is called a prisoner squat because the hand position as well. Let's go for it. 45 seconds of work. Nice deep squat. Now try and take your leap from the deep squat position as well. So push off the floor, then deep squat, push off the floor, and in midair where the rotation comes. Nice thing about this exercise is it challenges your calves a little bit. Now if you find that the jump is too much for you, just literally move around. And what you're going to start to do here is find almost where the center of your weight is in between both legs. So if you want to do this one to begin with, and you want to progress to the jump where we are now in the second round of doing these exercises, that's fine. Let's do one more. Good, okay, shake it out. Down to the floor, that's where you get to tuck your shirts in a little bit. So we're going to be doing a shoulder press up. This is where your hands are down on the floor, and you're going to tuck your head underneath your body in order to do a shoulder press up here. So let's go for it, hands down, hips up high, and then press your head down towards the floor. So trying to get the head low towards the floor is always the goal. If at any time you need to stop, you can shake out the arms, that's absolutely fine. Try and keep the hips high, back stays as straight as it can do. If you tighten the hamstrings, just bend your knees slightly. Your hands will probably be just outside of shoulder width, and let your elbows come at a bit of an angle back towards your hips as well. Good, last one. Okay, good. Right, jumping jacks to 2 squats, okay? So what we're looking for, 5 or 6 jumping jacks, and then 2 deep squats, and then we're back round to our first exercise as well. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, let's go for it. Jumping jacks, arms going a little bit higher, or hands coming just to the shoulder height, whatever feels comfortable for you, okay? Get to about 5 or 6, and then deep squats, and let's go again. Good. Nice big movement. 2 squats. Get your hips down nice and low on those squats. Let's go. Keep that intensity up if you can. Okay, and 2 squats here. Nice and low. Good. 15 seconds of work to go. Then we're going to progress you into those shoulder presses as well. Just on squats and shoulder presses. It's a tough round, this. Certainly going to get your heart rates up. Okay, shake your legs out. Okay, it's the 180-degree prisoner jump squat, so hands to the side of the head. The reason we put them up here is it stops you using momentum. But if you need to use your arms, that's absolutely fine. You can create your jump if that's what you really need to. Let's go for it. So squat, push off the floor, and rotate yourself around 180 degrees. Good. Try to push out from the deep squat position. So as soon as you're coming up, push off the floor, and then try and swivel through your hips and make that landing. Good work. 20 seconds of work to go. You know the options to progress if you need to. You can use your hands if you need to, just to create a little bit of momentum. But if we can, just try and keep the form really good. Back stays straight, hips go down towards your heels, and then push off. For the last 5 seconds, see if we get 2 more in. Last one. Good, and shake out the legs. Okay, down to the floor for your shoulder press. Now again, for this one, hands are going to be just a little bit wider, and try and lower your head into where your hands are. So imagine there's almost like a box that you're going to fit your hands in and around. Your head goes into the middle of the box. Let's go for it. Feel free to adjust your hands. If it feels a little bit clunky in your shoulder, It's good to get some upper body work in there as well. So many of these HIIT exercises are leg focused. Try and get the upper body to work hard while your heart rate's high. It's a tough thing to do sometimes, especially with just body weight. Good, be strong. We've got just over 5 seconds to go. So we can get a few more in. One more really good one. Oh, nice. Okay, jumping jacks to squats coming up next, okay? So remember, the higher the hands, that's your progression. Around about shoulder height, slightly easier as well. And then nice 2 deep squats. And that'll be the round of exercise 3, which will finish the round 1 as well. Let's go. 45 seconds of jumping jacks. We're looking for 5 or 6 jumping jacks. And then here we go for 2 deep squats as well. You can see my feet are quite narrow in those squats. Just trying to challenge yourself in terms of good range and then deep positions as well. Good, here we go. Jumping jacks. Almost just breaks up the momentum that you're building a little bit. Nothing wrong with doing that, because that way then you can't use any sort of momentum. It has to be just tone and strength of the muscles working then. Good, here we go. 2 deep squats. Okay, coming down to your last round here. 6, 2 deep squats. Good work, shake out. Okay, round 2, lateral bear core. So we use same arm, same leg, moving, and I'm gonna move it a bit of a diagonal. If you just need to do this in one position, that's absolutely fine. It's finding the range for you as well, okay? So a lateral bear core, hands underneath your shoulders, feet onto the floor, knees underneath your hips, and then it's the same arm and leg on the same side, moving wide, and then narrow in towards you, and then further away from you. Good, so you're always trying to keep control. Keep your eyes looking down at your hands. Try and keep your back straight. Keep your knees underneath your hips. Good work. So the goal is keeping that back straight. Keeping your eyes looking down will help you. If you start looking your head up, your back starts to drop down too low and your knees will come to the floor. So just try and keep that intensity going. So where the legs start to work now. Okay, give them a little shake. Okay. Glute bridge. Grab a mat if you really need one. I'm going to lie straight down on the floor. Your hips are going to be extended, so push your hips up for me. See if you can dig your heels into the floor, and I just want you to walk your feet away and then back in towards you. Okay, so this will allow you to get your breath back, but it's going to be a great exercise for developing the tone and strength in your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings, your lower back. It's a great exercise. Probably an overlooked one. When people are in the gym doing exercises, this is definitely a great activation exercise to do before you go into exercises like hip thrusts or deadlifts. So definitely one that I'd recommend getting used to, and then take that back into your gym workouts when you return. Last 10 seconds to go. The further you walk your feet away, the harder it's going to be. So I referred to this the other day. Are you walking your legs out, or are you going out, and moving your legs a little bit further? So you get to choose the option there. Okay, have a little breather. Now, next exercise is going to be on your hands. This is where a towel or a mat would help you really well. A nice matrix towel here. So what we're going to do is place your elbows on it, and you're going to walk to your hands and back down again in a plank position. Okay, so it's up, up, down, down. Now, if you need to, you can do this on your knees as well. But if you can do it on your toes, that would be great. Try and squeeze your bum cheeks and your quads together really tight. That will help keep you in a really good position, and it also helps engage more muscles around your back, which will give you a little bit more core control. And when you're doing these exercises, it's all about maintaining control, because it is a core exercise. Tough exercise for the arms to push yourself up from one side to the other. But just because it's hard doesn't make it not valuable to do. Last couple then. And rest there. Okay. Now, next exercise is going to be the bear pulls again. Okay. So round 2, repeated this time. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. That would be your best bet. Let's give this a go. So where the arms start to get a little bit tired, especially when you're supersetting some of these exercises, when you're engaging through the shoulders and the arms. So both your hand and your leg on one side move, and then the other side. Now you can do these on the spot, so if you wanted to, just move from side to side. You don't have to travel far if you haven't got the space. I wanted to make it an exercise that you could do in any location. It might be in the garden, it might be in the kitchen, it might just be in your bedroom, just depending on the space that you've got available. Yeah. Coming down to your last 5 seconds. Keep working here. The time under tension is what gets you. And relax there. Okay, glute bridge walk. Let's take it down. So, the question you've got to ask yourself, are you going out or are you going out? That's what we're looking for here. So, lift your hips up, dig your heels into the floor, walk your heels out, and the option of going out a little bit further if you wanted to. Each time, try and think about pushing those hips up nice and high though, and that way then you can start to challenge your muscles a little bit more, but you pick the depth, the range, and also the intensity of the workouts this way. Look up towards the ceiling, nothing's changing on the screen. Just keep pushing your hips up high, walk your heels out, walk them back in, and see how far you can get your heels to walk before you bring them back in. When you're doing that, just try and keep the focus. Your mind will wander slightly, but keep the focus on where are your hips. Are they being pushed up towards the ceiling the whole time? Okay, keep focus there. Okay, relax there. Okay, the plank walk again. So onto your elbows, up onto your hands. Remember, you can do them on your knees or on your feet, whatever works out for you, okay? Your heart rate will still come down a little bit more. Round 3 coming up, you spike the heart rates a little bit more. Let's go for this. So, press up position, walk yourself back up and back down. Remember the key to this one, squeezing your butt cheeks and your quads really tight, so that way you can be really stable. Good work, good work. Keep strong, keep pushing against the floor. You've got the options of being on your knees if you need to. If you can be on the toes, give it a go. Last 10 seconds of work, then a little bit of a breather before we go to round 3 of exercises. And relax there. Okay, round 3. Use that matrix towel out of the way, okay. So, a gorilla charge. Yes, said that. A gorilla charge. Here's what it looks like. You're going to start on one side. Arms reach out in front of you. Jump your feet to the outside of your hands, and then you go into consecutive charges if you can. Turn around, and then face the opposite direction. Hands still out in front. Turn around, and then back the other way. They feel fine, they feel fun for the first couple. But believe me, when 5:30 comes this evening, and I've done these for the 3rd time, those legs are going to be burning. And that's what we're looking for. About conditioning, challenging yourself. Last 10 seconds to go here. Just doing as much work as you can. Last ones. Oh, okay, shake the legs out. Now, standing up. Then your heart rate come back down a little bit. Lateral lunge, over to the side. Then from here, take a crossover lunge, back to feet together, and then take a lunge over to the opposite side, okay? And then cross back over to the opposite side. So, large lunge, step together, cross back behind you. Now you can speed this up if you wanted to, transfer your weight if you can, step together. And if you can stay low, then what that does, it just starts to challenge you a little bit more. Okay, so lunge, step together, back behind you to curtsy lunge. When you're taking that lunge, looking for that knee to be over the foot. Okay, so nice straight shin, step together, lunge behind. Okay, so trying to maintain that form. And it's okay if your knees start to move around a little bit, as long as you're keeping control and stability here as well. It's if you're going into dangerous positions with the knees going into way too many different areas that it shouldn't. Okay, shake it out. Okay, 6 runs on the spot, and then 2 burpees, okay? So think of that 6 running on the spot. It can be 6 steps, 6 seconds, whatever works for you, okay? So running on the spot, 2 burpees, let's go. 2 burpees, jump out, jump in, jump up, let's go again. Jump out, jump in, jump up, let's go. Can be 6 seconds, 6 steps, whatever you need it to be, and then push yourself off. This is the last round of exercise. We are looking for you to push yourself as hard as you can, but at the same time, it's all about maintaining control. I need you to be able to breathe. I need you working hard, but at the same time, always to whatever level of ability you've got. So if this turns from a burpee into just a squat, that's absolutely fine. It can just be here if you want it to. Your level of intensity. Okay, have a rest there. Let's do those 3 exercises again. Starting with the gorilla charge. Hands out in front, jump your legs to the outside of your hands. Okay? In 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Good. Let's keep it going. This is where those legs start to build up a little bit of tension, and you're going to start to feel the running, the burpees, and also those gorilla charges from last time starting to challenge you a little bit more. So do whatever you can do. Good work, good work, good work. 15 seconds to go. Try and stay down if you can. The temptation to stand and shake the legs is hard, but try to resist that temptation. Keep the intensity up. 5 seconds to go. Okay, shake it out there. Oh, they do burn. It's hard to stay down deep in those positions. Okay, lateral lunge, curtsy on the side. Woo. Heart rate's up here. 160 beats per minute here. Let's get this going. Lunge, step together, crossing balance lunge, and then over to the opposite side. Lunge, step together, crossing balance lunge, and take it over. So here, here, take it behind. Good. See if you can stay low in these movements if possible. You'll find that your heart rate comes back, but what you'll start to find, those legs do get tired. Run on the spot and burpees coming up around the corner. So you do as much as you can do. I don't want you to ease off unless you feel like you really need to. It's all about keeping the intensity to whatever ability level you have got. That's all I can ask from you. That's all you can really manage and do yourself. Okay, check it out. 6 seconds or 6 steps on the spot, 2 burpees. Last exercise here, okay? After this, cool down and recovery coming up. Starting at 5, drive the arms in the run if you can. 2, 1, let's go. Run on the spot. Good, burpees. 4 deep squats. You know these options by now. Okay, here we go. 6 steps or 6 seconds. We're just going to keep doing these 2 exercises here. So just keep that going. That way then, you can do as long as you want to on the run. Or you can do as many steps in that 6 seconds as you like. Good, keep going. Oh, well done. Good. Last 10 seconds of work to go. As much work as you can do these last 10 seconds. Try to push yourself. Oh. Last ones. And relax there. Okay, good work. Let's let the heart rates come back down. 4 minutes of cooling down. 4 minutes of getting your breath back. Just allow yourself to relax a little bit. Open up the arms into diagonals across your body. Try and bring your hands back as far as you feel as if you can. Good work. Nice. Okay, let's take the legs wide. There we go, up to there. Just 165 beats per minute. But you're working hard as well. Wonder if you track your workouts. You monitor them. Do you kind of have a watch that tells you what your heart rate is? I wear a MyZone strap. Other ones, Polar, Garmin. To be honest, I think I've got them all at home as well. Okay, let's take you down to the floor. I'm going to introduce you to some up dogs and down dogs. What we're going to do is place your hands underneath your shoulders, up in a press-up position, and then drop your hips down towards the floor. You can rest your knees on the floor if you want to, and tuck the toes away. Or if you can, tuck your toes under, just hold and suspend yourself off the floor. Now we're going to push through your hands, lift your hips up high to the ceiling, walk your feet in if you need to. Now, if you can push your heels down to the floor, great. But if you've got tight hamstrings, have a slight bend in the knee. Think about bringing your chest towards your knees and try and keep that back nice and flat. And then just start to work into that hamstring stretch Let's drop your hips forwards again. Lift your chin and chest up tall. Nice. And what we'll do is push through the hands, back up we go. Hold that deep downward dog position. Now bring your right foot up towards your right hand. Okay, now what I want you to do is to reach your hand up high. Now push your back heel away so you get a nice deep stretch through the hip, through the arm. It's also a nice stretch for rotation as well. So look up towards your hand if you can, as you point it up towards the ceiling. Bring that hand back down inside the legs, step back to downward facing dog, and over to the opposite side. Again, push the back heel away, reach the arm up high, hold that nice deep stretch. Good. Then slowly bring that down and rest your knees onto the floor. Let's take a seat. What we're going to do is take yourself into a bit of a glute stretch here. So after doing lots of jumping work, important to stretch through the glutes. Have your legs out straight. Bring one leg over the top of your thigh. Make sure it's just above the quad so it's not resting onto the knees. Hands are going to place just behind you. And then bend your knee. And you're going to bring the foot in towards you. Now think about pushing your chest towards your knees. And that will just give you a nice stretch on the outside of your thighs, your glutes. It helps stretch out all those muscles as well. All the way down the sides. Okay, swap the legs over. Same thing on the opposite side. Bring yourself in. Push your chest towards your knee so you get that deep stretch. You might be used to doing this one in a stood up position, but I always find people tend to challenge their balance a lot. So quite a nice way of doing it sat down as well. Okay, having said that, let's bring it up to a standing position. So slowly come up onto your feet again. Now what we're going to do is do a quadricep stretch. So if you need to balance onto anything by holding onto a side, that's fine. Other top tips would just be looking at something straight ahead. So that way then you kind of have a single focus looking at. Maybe it'd be the screen in front of you. Push your foot into the palm of your hand. You might want to think about bringing the knee just behind the leg a little bit. You get a little bit of a nice stretch of the hip flex at the top of the quad. And then swap that over to the opposite side. Push the foot into the palm of the hand. Bring the knee back. And you get that stretch of the hip flexor as well. Really nice. Good. Okay, shake yourselves up. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Matt Gleed. This has been a Matrix Fitness UK live workout. If you've been checking in to see what we're doing, we might see you again at 5 o'clock. Having said that, play this back. You can do it more rounds if you wanted to. But if you're going to be outside doing some activity, please stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.